Good afternoon, welcome back to live coverage of the 25th edition of Tom's Tourney, right here in the heart of Bruges in Belgium. It's Benjamin Rees bringing you coverage from this historic tournament here on fanseat.com. An absolute pleasure once again to be with you. Got the women's bronze medal match up for you now, featuring a couple of teams we've already seen on the stream this weekend. The team we saw in the first game this morning, Grut from the Netherlands, who came up short against Germany in their semi-final. We've also got Yaka, who we've seen on the stream a couple of times this weekend, of course having that historic comeback from 6-0 down to win sudden death against the Italian under-24 side yesterday. So we've got Yaka in white coming out on offense. Just gone this near sideline. Single coverage and a hand block on that throw. Minard getting the job done early. Grut looking to break instantly to start. Bass with the disc. Thinking about the IO. Breaks it around instead. Minard with the disc here to isolate Bass in the dump space. Nice tight defense though. Kulas has it on this sideline. Bass with the disc. Kulas with the disc in a nice position. In the centre, not too far from the end zone. Running a little give-go, trying to open up some space. Breaks it around with the backhand, huge shot into the end zone. One grab with the outstretched hand for the goal. Instant break to start for the Dutch side. That's the dream, that's what they wanted. Opening up a 1-0 lead here on their opponents. Get another look at that thing, that hand block there. It's Laura Dale who had the disc, but completely stuffed at the point of attack by Anne Minard. Great defensive play there. And we're seeing there Kulas taking that shot into the end zone with one arm outstretched. Emma Schul bringing that in for the score. Nicely done there. Yaka have to recollect their heads, get back out on offense here. Lieborn picking up the disc to start with. 81 now, Shan Becker. She finds a win too. On that far sideline now, Cecile Franke. Looking into the end zone. Coverage is tight in the end, making the decision to swing it back in towards Shani Becker. And shooting for the end zone there, just on the doorstep, not quite going to find that inside out. Lovely throw from Lise Couillet. Happily collected for the score. That was much more fluid and efficient there from the French side, evening things up at 1 goal apiece. Going to see there, fakes the around, the defender comes too far across, leaves that inside out channel. One of the advantages of swinging it all the way across is that if you time that cut properly, it's so difficult to stop that throw to the break side and that cut as well. Textbook stuff there from Yaka, tying it up at 1-1. Grut getting ready to have their first offensive point of the game. First goal coming on a break of serve. Ball goes up from Yaka and tries out of bounds. We've had quite a few balls today come out of bounds on this near sideline. Janssen's going to start things off here for the Dutch side, bringing it to the brick mark. Just gets shot deep instantly. Nice cut by Kularts. Doesn't know what she sees downfield. Directing traffic, pointing where she wants it. Back to Janssen. Little tease of that hammer. Doesn't open it though. And looks like a foul being called on that cut by Minard. So maybe she and her defender have got their feet tangled. We need to have a look at it perhaps. See exactly what happened. Both players talking it out now at the moment. Gonna hear on the replay. She goes up line. Maybe, yeah, a bit of contact, just seems to lose her footing. Looks like they've come to a resolution here. Looks like Minard's going to keep the disc to an uncontested foul in the end. Other players resuming their original positions. Minard looking for the blade to the back corner for Kularts. Catches that one comfortably. It's sealed off her defender, not giving her a chance at it. Got to retake the lead there on their first offensive point. It's 2-1 in their favour. There's that throw again. Blading around the defender. Sealed off, not able to make a play. Well executed throw there. Little celebratory hug. The sun has never quite emerged here today at Tom's Tourney. I'm still hopeful, there's still time. Pretty overcast at the moment though. There is a wind, crosswind today, blowing towards this sideline here. Ball from Grut. Swung into the middle. Liborn with a good tight defense. Bernard's been all over this game. She's got that D. She got that hand block earlier, throwing an assist as well, stuffing the stat sheet at the moment. Ruiz walks calmly and confidently towards the disc. She's got a receiver open underneath. It's Kularts, but there's a pick called downfield. I don't think she's necessarily the picked offender though. The play's going to hold up. Kularts will keep the disc. Checks it in on the ground. Rifling it into the end zone. Oh, and what a huge layout bid for the score! That is absolutely monstrous from seemingly out of nowhere. My word. What a play. She threw it, I thought it was gone too far. Just lasering it in there. Such a small window. Coming out of nowhere, an absolutely monstrous grab. Looking at it again, huge, getting fully horizontal for that. Believe it's Lola Dam doing that. What a play. That is astonishingly good. Get it on the angle again. Huge. Just completely extension. That is just brilliantly done from Dam. It's a 3-1 lead for Grut, but I cannot get over how good that was. That is phenomenal. You can see why all her teammates rushed to congratulate her. Superbly done on her part. When you come to tournaments like these, those are the plays that you come to watch and see. Those are the plays you remember. Mondio starts with the disc. She finds Richon at field. Trying to isolate Rodriguez. Oh, nearly getting another one is Dam. Rodriguez shooting deep. Well read by her receiver, Laura Dale. Mondio continuing her cut all the way deep from the handler spot for the score. Yaka getting back on the board, closing the gap to 3 points to 2. Mondio is such a crafty player, knowing that when that huck goes up, can't afford to wait around and see what happens. You can see they're already running down the pitch, ready to make that continuation. And when Dale does make the grab, she looks around, see that Mondio is uncovered, throws it for the score. You love seeing that hustle from everyone on your pitch, including your handlers, just going up, not watching it, following it up, chasing it down, getting ready so when that throw is caught, you've got that immediate continuation. Bas is going to catch this ball from Yaka. He's going towards that sideline. It's Minard. Dam now has it in the centre of the pitch. Begins to fake that deep, decides against it. Chooses to reset instead, getting the disc back again up line. Now that's going to go, that throw's going to go over the intended receiver. Nice job of coming back towards the play from Lienenga. And then finding Minard up the line for the Grut score. Nice job there by the Dutch team, seeing it was overthrown and not being afraid to kind of get in there and back it up, make that disc yours. Minard following up for the score, continuing her excellent game so far today. 4-2 now to Grut. See there's slightly overthrown. Lienenga does an excellent job of coming back towards the disc, getting there just before the defenders have a chance. Minard trusting that her teammate's going to get that disc, continuing up the line for the score. Kulas is coming to this near sideline to pull. Mondi is going to catch things and get this moving, finding Richon. Receiver wide open in the middle of the field. Eldan just completely uncovered. Rodriguez eyeing that huck up all the way, looking for Mondio. Maybe the smallest player on the pitch, doesn't matter though, she reads that superbly. Eyes that one all the way, knowing exactly what Rodriguez wanted. Sprinting deep for the score, her second of the game. Yaka closing the deficit to 4 points to 3. So often we see Mondier doing a lot of the handling work, throwing a lot of the assists, but showing that she's more than capable as a cutter as well. Rodriguez roasting that one deep. Strong grab by Mondier as well. Read it well from the outset. Know that the wind was going to take it towards this sideline and positions herself appropriately for it. Ball comes up from Yaka. Minard fields it and centres it to Bas. Seeing a zone look from the French team for the first time in this game here. Looking like a 3-3-1. Almost looks like single coverage downfield and then just three going flat on the handlers. A hybrid, if you will. Interesting look. But they're able to work through that first line of defence. Coulart just scything that one over the defence deep. Great cut from Lienenga. Get for the score. Extending the lead to 5-3. The idea of that zone seemed to be to stop those big looks going up, make them swing it side to side, but they moved the disc too rapidly across. The defenders couldn't cover it. Coulart, without a tight mark, able to just roast that deep. And Inenga will be always all too happy to reel it in for the score. Real back and forth contest early on here. As Grut pulls to the French side. Mondio catches it and she finds Richon. More split stacks, another split stack look from the French side here. Once again trying to get the disc in Rodriguez's hand, but that huck is just never comes out of her hands, right, underthrown and blades into the hands of the awaiting defender. Root off to the races now with Minard, getting towards that break side. Once again looking deep, goes over the first receiver's head and just dies just before the second receiver can get there. Moncau. Mondio gets things going here to Dale. And she finds Costa upfield. Defender closing in, but not quite able to get there in time. Eldan swings it back into the midfield. Comes off Mondio's hand, but she follows it up, keeps it inbounds. Looks upfield, not quite seeing what she wants. She gets that handler going up line. Tries to squeeze it in there, but just too far. Wasn't a huge amount of movement downfield. Has to try and get things initiated from that handler position. Can't quite manage it that time. Grut will have a second chance for a break here, but they'll have to work the full 70 to do it. Swing goes to Dam, who goes down to her knees to make the grab. Janssen has it now. Looking around, not really liking what she sees. A little pop knife over the top. Was not expecting to do that today. Minard showed her where she wanted it and how she wanted it to get there. Unfortunate drop there by Grut. Marcia Kulin just unfortunately pops out of her hands. Yaka will get another go here. Mondio marching towards the disc. Lovely low release backhand to that big target of Gabriela Rodriguez. She zings that one in there. Did not seem like there was a window. Steps out and just lasers that one through. Absolute bullet. Nice catch by Dale. Threading the needle of that inside-out backhand. Rodriguez did a fantastic day in both games we streamed yesterday. Playing well again early doors here today. Gap now only 4-5. We obviously Mondio pivoting out. Lovely low release inside out backhand. Rodriguez, anything you can do, I can do better. Quick release, another inside out backhand, just really zinging it in there. The narrowest of margins. Yaka getting ready to pull now. Grillier pings it deep. Boss marches over to it to pick it up. It's that same look again from Yaka. Going very flat on these handlers. Trying to stop that put. Kulas does it though. It's not collected at the first attempt and gleefully picking up the trash. Ingenhaag. Being in case of the right place, the right time. There are 3 crush players around that huck. None of them able to bring it in though. The defender actually gets palms to it, but not able to catch it, and it just pops back into the air. You see that Kulat's rifling it deep for Grut. Can't get it at the first attempt. The defender gets hands to it. It's Franger, but this just pops up into the air. And Inkenhaag says, thank you very much. We will take that. Collects it for the score. Grut opening that 2-point lead up again now. 6-4 in their favour. Quite a fast-paced game here. We're only 20 minutes in and already got 10 points through. Two sides not hanging around. It's their last game of the tournament. Determined to make it exciting. Pass with the pull. Rishon will pick it up. Quick little centering pass to Mondio. Zone come out from the Dutch side. Mondio happy to hammer over the top to Rodriguez though. Swinging back into the middle for Cantrell. And now Rishon. Throws just behind the intended target there. Janssen hoovers it up. Grut trying to get their offense moving, looking a bit stagnant downfield. Finally do get that passed off. Nice grab by Janssen. Sets her feet. Now getting that throw up line into space. Winard boxed out her defender, Rodriguez. Looking upfield. Still kind of rising, choosing to blade it over the top, right into the middle of the stack. Shaw collecting the goal, but this might come back here. Possibly a stall call. Certainly an inventive throw. Quite a high risk, I would have thought, but it was executed well. We're seeing it again on the replays here. Stepping out on that throw. Just about over the defense. Splitting the gap. It's going to go back to Minard here. Been waiting for everyone to get set before they take it back in. Not sure we'll necessarily see that look again. It's a hammer this time. Maelstrom of receivers and defenders in the area. In the end, Yaka defend it well. Mondio is wasting no time looking for that big target of Rodriguez. Well defended, but not quite. Falls back into Rodriguez's lap. Mondio following through. Very close to the end zone here. Looking for Rodriguez up line. She's going to find her for the goal for Yaka. An enthralling point there. Lots of back and forth. I thought Grut had done very well. Nearly defended that big shot. When you're not able to catch it, it would have been a difficult thing to do. There's always the chance that the receiver's going to get it at a second or third attempt, and that's what happened there. So near, but yet so far for the Dutch side. But they do still have a lead. Shrunk now to 1 point. 6-5 their advantage over Yaka at the moment. Yaka talking through some defensive strategy. See that pass go down the line there for Rodriguez for the goal. Win 2's going to pull from this sideline. Not quite the right edge in it though. Starts off fine and then tails down towards our cameras and out of bounds. Paula Bass is going to bring this in from the brick mark. Sultry little scuba over the top there to Kulats. Yaka do manage to get their zone set in the end. Cheeky little blade around. Kulat's the intended receiver, goes over her head. Well backed up there, however. By, I think Linenga. Just still on that sideline. High release break to Janssen, gets it off. Very loose cup. Throw just not quite executed properly. Unfortunately turfed. Libourne stepping up to the disc for Yaka with a chance to tie. Jean Becker on this sideline. Just swung right the way around. Wintu making the grab with one hand. And just maybe a little casual on the catch there from Quillier. Maybe not quite where she expected. Either way, not able to make the play required. Boss is going to bring it on the sideline. Blading it over the top. She's got such a creative arsenal of throws. It's really exciting to get to see her uncork them. Janssen now with the disc. A little bit of jailbreak going on here for the Dutch side. Faking towards the end zone. Janssen's got it on the doorstep. Slowing things down. No one quite free. Accidentally walks into the end zone. Resets her feet on that line. Pass now. Resets to Janssen. Finds Kulat free on the open side at the front of the end zone. But reopening their lead to 2 points. Score now stands at 7-5. Yaka, I'm not sure how long I'm going to persist with that zone. So we have another look at the score. Faking the around, then the inside. Choosing instead to have that open dump to Janssen. Defender poaching off into the lane, trying to clog things downfield. And when she does, Fleur Kularts is more than happy to make that well-timed continuation cut for the score. With this Yaka zone, the wind's still there, but not to a huge degree. They do not really seem to be having any problems with it at the Dutch side. Such creative and inventive throws as well. Seem to be dealing it without too much problem. Big ball goes down from the Dutch. Richon now for Yaka. Looking like a 2-3-2 zone here with the team from the Netherlands. Trying to make them throw into that gap between the mids and the deep, and they do with an effective hammer to Rodriguez. Looking for that little reset to Mondio. She finds the forehand through to Rodriguez. And again, Rodriguez and Mondio doing a lot of the heavy lifting on this point. Takes the backhand down the line. Now looking towards the middle. Finds the receiver coming open underneath. It's Richon. And she finds her target in the end zone, Laura Dale, for a very confident and assured score. Yaka closed the gap, but Grut still lead here, 7-6. Bit of a chill in the air here at Tom's Tourney, but otherwise generally pretty calm conditions for this 25th edition of this wonderful tournament here in the beautiful city of Bruges in Belgium. Verzo is going to pull here for Yaka. Bath catches it confidently. Ruiz has it on this sideline. Finds a way over the top, through to Minard. Ruiz has it again now. Scything through that zone. Receiver going deep, don't take it. So choosing just to reset around the back, trying to find some opportunities open downfield. Kulas finds this on that sideline, just gonna send it back towards the centre to Minard. Pass fakes it, makes that defender drop off. Grut moving it around nicely, but not really making any distance. Wonder how long that will continue to be a problem for them. Apparently not that much longer. Finally find that shot through to Lienenga. Nice wide stance, pivoting around, slightly arcing back, forehand, backwards. Kulas with the disc. Isolating a player in space. Once again, that little knife over the top of the defender. Any way you can get it to your player is good, I guess. I do love the creativity. Bas now with the disc. Finds Minard up line. And Kulas with the continuation for the goal. A couple of goals for her already this game. Grut reopen that 2-point lead. 8-6 the current score. Here we see it again, the defender in between the thrower and the intended target, but at that short distance, just popping a little cheeky little knife, a little pen knife, if you will, over the top. Enough to get the stall count reset. Bas with those USA-style socks. Stars and stripes. Continuing on, and eventually Kulas gets the score. And she will pull it here. This is going to stay in bounds, caught well by Mondio. Need to get it into the middle. Getting it outfield to Rodriguez. Again, Yaka's choosing to start in that split stat look. Rodriguez with the stall count rising. Io shot across the field. Well read by Munkau. All over that one. And a timeout called by the Dutch team here. Chance to take a break. If they can convert this offensive possession here and take a 3-point lead. I was going to say with about 50 minutes left, that could be too much. But we saw Yaka come back from 6-0 down yesterday to win. So we know that anything is possible here. Good chance for Dutch to get set, draw up a play they want. They've been generally able to execute their offense pretty effectively so far this game. Both sides have, in fact, very high quality so far, as you'd expect when you get this deep into the bracket on Sunday. A chance just to reset your mental game as well. Put yourself in the right position to do what you need to do. Yaka look like they're ready to go. Looking for Grut to decide what they're going to do off this turnover. Offense gets the chance to set up and the defense gets the chance to set around them. We're seeing the block there. It's coming in just not a huge touch, but the mirrors to fingertips to divert the flight path over the receiver's head. Gael Eldin, the intended target. Minard, he's been excellent so far this game with the disc off this timeout. Yaka didn't get a mark set, so they can put whoever they want on there without the worry of resetting the stall count. Of this 5-2 vertical set here for Grut. Looks like the French side are going to play a zone. A little scrambling around that stack. 3 flat marks at the front. Lovely little knife over the top. It's so audacious. Can't help but admire it. With the wind not really up at the moment, it's not really as much of a risky throw as it seems. Lord Coulart's now with it on the sideline. The French transition into single coverage. Trying to ping that inside-out forehand underneath the mark, but can only turf it. And Mondio is wasting no time. That's a big match up there. Coulart's on Rodriguez, and she defended really well to get position on that early. But then, unfortunately, just again, not quite executing the throw properly. Hitting the floor again. Mondio not being punished for perhaps a slightly impulsive decision. Picking it up here. Normally Rodriguez going deep is a good matchup, but it was well defended that time. Rodriguez has the disc now. We know she's a more than capable thrower, but that's just off the hands of the receiver, Costa. Maybe the timeout's taken a bit of the air out of both teams' sails, so to speak. Whereas before, both sides looked very confident. At the moment, they just look slightly flat. And there's 3 flat handlers again. Choosing to swing it back to Janssen. Working horizontally that time. Get a little pop over the top, just about gets there. Defender was close, but Janssen didn't give her a chance at it. Calmly working it around the back at the moment, waiting for opportunities to open downfield. They think they found one there, shooting it deep. Well read and well positioned there from Munkau. Going up against Mondio, you have to like the height mismatch there if you're the Dutch side. And Coulart's has it now, finding Janssen. That goes up line. Little tease of the hammer. Instead finds Dam, who had that phenomenal layout earlier. Nice centering pass back to Coulart's. Not finding what they're wanting in the end zone at the moment. Again, still count rising. Just going to blade that into the end zone. It's going to fall incomplete. Bit of a prayer that time, I'm afraid. It goes unanswered. Mondio calling her to just to calm down a bit, I think. Take a breath. Be calm, relaxed. Nearly over 10 minutes left in this game. Mondio strides to the front line. Fakes the big. Dale comes underneath into this open side space. But the reset goes to Richon. Continues it around to Eldan. Little pop pass to Rodriguez. Good control in the middle now. She finds Dale coming in. Looking with that around backhand, arcing around over the defense, going deep to Rodriguez. Coulart's not having a chance that time. Well positioned Huck, and then on the little inside out channel through to Richon for her first goal of the game. Yaka closing the gap now to 8-7. Here we're going to see that throw from Dale, stepping out, releasing it high, rolling it around the defence, not giving them really a chance at it. Rodriguez elevating, plucking it out of the air with one hand, faking that first throw downfield. Coulart's comes in, worries about that around throw, and it leaves the inside-out lane available for the throw to Richon for the goal for Yaka. Tight, exciting game here. Lots back and forth. Current score 8-7, very high scoring. We've still got 10 minutes left in this game, and you get the feeling it really could go either way. And both sides would love to finish their weekend with a win here in third position. We're not choosing not to catch the ball. Not completely confident with it, instead letting it hit the floor. Another zone from Yaka, but it's a slightly different look this time. It's like one chase with 3 defenders in like a cup, relatively spread out. 2 in behind that. Nearly one patrolling deep. We are trying to direct traffic downfield with the disc. Nice inside out back. Not afraid to use ours to try and open up that continuation. Shut down effectively though by Yaka. Cutting through there though. And just caught on their heels a bit. Inkenhag perhaps not realising how close the defender was, thinking she had a lot more time than she had. And Yaka just stealing through, picking the pocket there of the Dutch player. Chance to break here with a short field. Liborn will pick up the disc. She finds Yaka. Continues it on into the end zone for the goal. It's Bertin for the French side with the score. Yaka have tied it up here in what is an enthralling and epic encounter. We're tied at 8 goals apiece. Seeing the score here, that first throw to the open side. The defender gives up position there. Lets Bertin get in front of her. And once you do that, you've lost most of the battle already, I'm afraid. Just gets in front and around her. Doesn't give her defender a chance at that one. Well placed throw as well. Often when you see these defenders going behind and know you've got a receiver open, it's really tempting to just almost slack off, not realise how much work you have to do. But it's still good presence of mind there to keep the form and not lose focus on that throw. Ball is blazed deep and caught by Bus. Back to that 3 flat marks from Yaka, being the tall, imposing figure of Rodriguez. Swing around to Lienenga. She's going to go back to Bas. Got offload to Minard. Nice transition by Yaka, now in single coverage. Matched up with their chosen mark all across the field. Close bid there. Nearly got a piece of it, did Dale, but Culottes was out in front. Janssen with the disc now. Oh, Troy's got a bit of float on it. Well chased down by Culottes. Centering it now in the middle to Minard. Dump back to Janssen, but there's a call here. The disc slams into the turf. I think maybe the debate about is whether or not she'd released it before the contact comes with the disc. Can't really see it from that angle, I'm afraid. Janssen just comes in front as we get a good shot of it. Minard's going to keep the disc here, though. I think it looks like it's been uncontested. I think play's going to go back on a violation, perhaps now. Yeah, maybe just coming in on the wrong stall, perhaps. Minard with the disc. Pivoting out that backhand. Disc so agonisingly close now for Grut. Throw goes around to Culottes. Nice use, not afraid to go backwards, perhaps open up a bit more space to lead receivers in front, but a pick called downfield. You Can Call Me Al plays in the background, signaling we've only got 5 minutes left of this game. You cannot take your eyes off this at the moment. And Kularts finds Kulin upfield. A lot of pressure on that cut from Dale, but Kularts does well, getting a body in front, sealing her out. Playing it into the end over Janssen for the score. Grut retaking the lead now after Yaka had managed to tie things up at 8 goals apiece. Grut retaking the lead. Current scoreline is 9-8 in their favour. We see it here, Kularts with that disc. Fakes it first time round. Looks at the around, decides that it's not there. Little high release blade. Rolling back into the receiver's path. Well executed throw there. Little high fives all around from her teammates. With Grut to take the lead here. Just less than 5 minutes remaining. Yaka always seem to be involved in exciting games whenever they're on the stream. Ruiz with a big pull deep, going towards that far cone. Mondier putting a little throw out into space for win 2. Good pressure on that cut though. Really well defended by Munkau. Shoulder to shoulder with the receiver and getting her arm out at just the right point to knock that disc away. It's really easy when you know you're so close to try and be tempted to reach for that disc early, and in the end all you're doing there is blocking your defender and fouling them. So really good presence of mind to put out at just the right point to not get there too early but still get the block. Kularts gets the disc on that in cut. Pick called downfield. See the players making those hand signals. All the players return to their positions. Kularts now with the disc. Shooting for the end zone. She likes the target of Dam, and it proves effective there. Those two hooking up again for another goal. Grut now extending their lead. Yaka giving them the tiniest window of opportunity. They only made one mistake, but that was all that Grut needed. Just greedily snatching the disc away from the French side. And couple of goals up with only a couple of minutes left. Yaka need to put this point in very, very quickly now if they're to have a chance of winning this. Otherwise, the clock will run out of them. Seeing that defending there, I like the way as well that Munkau sees that the disc is still up, and until it hits the ground, she knows that there's still the possibility that the intended target could bring it back in. So giving it just a second shot, really ensuring that it's not going to go there. Richon with the disc now. It's person-to-person coverage here. Mondier with the disc. He's going to shoot deep. She knows the clock's running out. She's got a couple of receivers. Win2's going to run it down for the goal, right at that front end zone cone. Good spirit by Grut, signaling that it was indeed inbounds and in the end zone. Really good awareness there by Mondier, knowing that the clock was running out. They're going to have to shoot deep. Lasering that backhand down this sideline. Comes in at just the right point. A couple of receivers in the area. Win2 more than happy to catch that right at the front cone. Seeing it again now. Goes right down that sideline. Right in that front corner. Yep, definitely a goal. And as the time goes, the hooter goes to signal that we are now time up. We're going to play the end of this point which means that we could potentially have a sudden death situation here. Yaka need to break, and we see they've got some of their big hitters out on this line. We've seen Mondio crossing over to defense here. I'm surprised with precise pass we haven't got a bit more height on this line from Yaka, knowing that they need to get a break. Perhaps they're trying to rest, maybe trying to save those legs, knowing that if they get this break, they put out maybe a fresher line onto the universe point. Disc is now with Bass for Grut. Here's Ruiz. Oh, the throw back to Bass, that dump pass is just not quite executed efficiently, overthrown. Mondio's going to walk over to this. You can see her eyes light up, such a short field. Yaka stacking towards the back of the end zone, giving them the space to attack forward. Looking at the receiver, little jink. Settle her back, but she's going back to the break side. Instead, Sonia Becker comes back into the open space. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got another sudden death game here on the stream. Double game point, universe point, sudden death, whatever you like to call it. Currently tied at 10-all here with time expired. Next goal will win it here. You can see the elation on the receiver's face, catching the goal, knowing what that means. This is why it was so important that that previous point, the Yaka were able to score quickly, because even if they had scored but time had run out, they wouldn't have been able to have that comeback. But they were able to get that goal in before the time elapsed, meaning that that point would have, the point we just had would have to be played. And Yaka tying it up. We're now into one final point. You can feel the tension in the air here. Bronze medals in both teams' fingertips. Who's going to be able to wrestle it away from the other? As Mondio steps up to the pool. Jensen takes it and sends it to Bass. Yaka choosing to come up with his zone in this decisive point. Blading over the top, nice high catch by Dam. Goes back to Bass. Here's Jensen faking around the mark. Uses that release valve of Bass, and again blading it over the top. This time it's Coulart who's the recipient. Doesn't get to Minard. Making that transition into person defense. Down with the disc. Coulart has it on the sideline. Minard comes free up the line. Looking for a continuation. Dam is there. She'll catch it at the front of the end zone for the goal and the win for the Dutch side, Grut. Yaka look absolutely gutted, but you can tell the elation and the happiness on the Dutch faces there. An utterly enthralling contest. Grut running at 11-10 winners. You can see them celebrate there. Just gonna get another look at that final goal. Coulart's finding Minard down the line. And there's Dam coming free on the strike cut. Mondio not get close enough to put a bid in, falling to the ground and getting mobbed by her teammates. You'll have to see that excellent spirit now as well from Yaka. All teams slapping hands on the field as it comes to an end on what's been a fantastic tournament for both teams. We're running out 11-10 winners here. Final score here at Tom's Tourney.